Rise of Reddit having success in today's dating world. What are you doing right? Once I started to have a solid career and my own place, things started to improve. From getting rejected 100% to 95%. I've been in a relationship since 2019, so I haven't been on in a while. I was on him for most of my 30s though, and intentionally stuck to short terms and casuals. The biggest thing is the photos. Full stop. Nothing else will have more of an impact on your profile and response rate. The rest is about hitting all the checkboxes for women and not giving them a reason to screen yourself out in your bio. Finally, my experience was dating was rough in my teens and 20s and got absurdly easy in my 30s. Some of that comes down to becoming more settled in life and having more to potentially offer. Find where women hang out. Never go to one place consistently. Be fun and learn to communicate. Is it possible you're overestimating your charm? Maybe your charm is either boring, creepy, or overbearing. I'm not saying it is. But if every girl is ghosting you after one date, it might not be a them problem. What's that old saying? If one guy is tailgating you, he's a jerk. If everyone is tailgating you, you're a jerk. Meet women in person. Make friends. Be a good friend to these people and your social circle will expand. Read books about relating with other people. I'm going to be straight with you. If you're getting dates, but getting ghosted after, it's probably not your looks that's the problem. Read these two books, Models, and How to Win Friends and Influence People. Two really good self-help books on relating with women and people. Models is a very practical men's dating book that can apply to every type of guy. And not just pick-up artist tactics. The other one is a really old one, 1930s, that's such a timeless classic its lessons still apply to modern culture. Have you tried being devilishly handsome? Over 6 foot and earning 6 figures. Get off online dating. It is not real. Go to interest-related clubs, classes, meetups, whatever in-person thing that suits your interests. Have fun. Make friends. At some point you will be introduced to someone who you match with. Keep up with pursuing the things that bring you growth and/or happiness. That way when you meet that match you are ready and secure enough to think to yourself, yep, her, and go for it. The aim isn't girlfriend. It's pursuing your interests and personal goals. Contentment. Girlfriend is a side effect of this. Have fun. We are here on earth to fart around. The pressure you may be putting on yourself makes no sense. There is no time limit on the finish line. Whatever that means to you. Again, I cannot stress this enough. Have fun. I'm good looking, extroverted, interesting and from a different part of the world. Especially due to that last one. Women pretty often come up and start conversations with me. Liberal women in particular. Them asking about my ethnicity and becoming noticeably more interested and attracted as I spoke about it was like the most common occurrence ever. Going to a liberal arts college was fish in a bucket. Anyways, then I usually closed the conversation by asking them out if I find them attractive. Remember, always give them your number and walk away. Don't ask for theirs. Let them contact you. Dudes that don't get laid much are always trying make sure they have the woman's number so they can press her and try and convince her if she gets cold feet. Trust me, women notice that. Dudes that get laid on the other hand, they know they have other options and can walk away. So they have no issue giving a woman their number and risking not hearing from them. The man who is successful with women can take that risk. The man who is bad with women cannot. Women realize this and will absolutely judge you as such. As they should. Finally, despite what folks here say, it's really clear when a woman is into you. Or at least finds you appealing. They don't play games past college as much as folks here like to claim. Now, how into you they are. Okay, that can differ woman to woman. But when it comes to wanting to give you a chance versus not wanting to give you a chance. That shit's clear as day, y'all. Come on. You tried to hug her and she high-fived you. She mentioned a guy she thought was hot. She ended your conversation and immediately went and chatted up another guy. Smiling a bigger smile than she did with you. Take the hint. Proximity to women. Be more assertive and less of a butler. I'm 27 and broke, but I'm a club promoter so I get access to women. I am just tall and funny and not terrible looking. Apparently by not trying too hard. or at all even, seems to work quite a bit. Strict boundaries, knowing your non-negotiables, values really and self-worth. Realizing it's a numbers game. Having realistic expectations. Laying out ground rules and expectations before even entering a date. It's a numbers game. You will go through 100 women to find one that you click with. Thing about before dating apps, when you would meet people naturally. You wouldn't date the first woman you meet. You would meet hundreds and get a connection with a handful. Bro, I work as a nurse and most women are single mothers or taken. Same age as you, and I am looking for something serious. See, single mothers is a no for me. To be honest bro, I just do my thing. I'm in a field dominated by women, but in general dating sucks a lot for us men and I just give up. I stopped chasing women and focus on myself. Having the mindset of, I have to have a GF, is toxic and dangerous. It puts you on a pathetic level and puts whoever you're interested in on a pedestal. It actually leaves you being insecure and, again, pathetic. So instead, focus on your career, studies, health, etc. I'm happily engaged. But before that I found success in the dating game. Here's what I did. Be 6'3" and a former college athlete. I was in medical school when I met my now fiancé and didn't hide that fact from people I was dating. I have traditional values. I didn't chase women to try to sleep with them. If I talked with a woman over text for more than 2 to 3 days, I would ask them to dinner. I always paid for the first date, etc. In short, I treated him the way most women expect to be treated. I'm hilariously uncontroversial. I don't feel strongly about other people's politics or views on societal issues and don't get involved with people who do. As a result, I wasn't driving people away. I wasn't desperate. I think this is where lots of men get it wrong. They're desperate for that interaction and it seeps out into the date, which many people find a turn off. I was never desperate for a girl. And what I found was that this attitude led to me being the one who was pursued. Most of the women who I dated would have story after story of what I'm sure are good guys but who desperately wanted to get in their pants. And it almost never worked. I can't overstate how important confidence is. It's hard. You have to keep at it and not take it personally. I separated from my ex 3 years ago and a 50-50 single dad. I'm not unattractive either. I'm blue collar but work in town. I have a huge social circle but virtually all the girls in it are taken, so I rely on online dating. 2. I am reasonably successful at it. I average 1 match per day across Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble, and success across them is in that order. I pay for Tinder Gold to get more super wipes and better options. On Bumble I'll pay for their version of super swipes every so often. Most of my quality matches come from that TBH. The cost of one is a fraction of the cost of a drunk at the bar, so I see it as much more cost feasible. I get ghosted before the first date more often than not. First dates are 50-50 good, bad. And the good ones end up being a sexual partner. I know it's not a lot, but 3 per year has been my average since separating. It's really hard to find someone I genuinely click with. I'm quirky and have alternative standards to the norm, it seems. But hey, I don't make 6 figures. I'm a 7 on a good day with great lighting. I don't drive a Tesla or wear fancy clothes. I'm the most genuine version of myself and don't play or front. I don't have time for those games. And I think the success I do have is because women see that I'm being genuine. And the good ones like that more than a douchebag in a Tesla. Making money. And staying healthy. That's it. Dating apps are predominantly male. There's a lot of statistics around it. And it varies by country or region. But on average it seems to be about 7 male profiles for every 1 female. Now, that doesn't include female profiles that are just looking for social media followers, inactive, scams, etc. So the women on the apps are just absolutely bombarded by choice. Not a lot of good choices. But still a lot of options. Most women I know have thousands of likes and hundreds of messages. And that's regardless of how attractive they are. So most women aren't even on apps. And the ones that have so many options, they either get overwhelmed by the messages or become extremely picky with who they want. Women are also more likely to want to date people that they somewhat know, or their friends know. A stranger online can be extremely dangerous, so any tiny red flag becomes a huge one. Because you really know nothing about the guy and it's better safe than sorry. So in short, online dating for most men is tedious and extremely difficult. You're better off trying to meet people in person. Going to the gym and getting a nice physique is really the only way. It's just a question of whether you are or you aren't. Are you tall or not? As a single woman in her mid-30s, nothing is more attractive than a man who takes care of his mind and body, has a sense of self-awareness and growth mindset, is financially stable and purpose-driven, and genuinely cares about and respects his woman, and shows her that he does. My advice is put in the work. Be happy with your life and in your singledom while you continue to work on dating. And someone great will come along who will match your energy. I can tell by your writing that you won't find the type of girls you want on the apps because those types of girls simply aren't on them. Not using apps. Don't forget to like and subscribe.